Welcome to the commencement ceremony for the College of Science and Mathematics. We ask everyone's cooperation in maintaining a respectful appreciation for all of our graduates today and the family and friends gathered here to celebrate. Today is our occasion to acknowledge the success and accomplishments of the class of 2024. At this time, I would like to introduce the undergraduate candidates for the class of 2024. Would the candidates from the College of Science and Mathematics please rise as you are able and remain standing. Will the audience please stand as you are able to recognize the faculty and the platform party, and please remain standing for the national anthem.
early light, what so proudly we held, are the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Welcome to James Madison University. I am Mary Lou Johnson, Professor Emerita of Media, Arts, and Design in the College of Arts and Letters. I will be your Master of Ceremonies today. Good evening to our graduates, families and friends, faculty and administrators, members of the Board of Visitors, and all of you who are here to celebrate the achievements of the class of 2024. Please join me in thanking Blessing Evie Ogbor for that wonderful rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. We would also like to thank the Mr. Jefferson's Bones for providing us with music for the prelude and processional. The musicians are Andrew Langford, Tom McKenzie, Robert Mott, and Kyle Remnant. We want to make this a comfortable and safe environment, so I would like to make a few announcements before we continue with the ceremony. I ask that members of the audience please turn off cell phones, beepers, pagers, etc. during the ceremony. The first aid station is located on the main concourse. Please ask one of our ushers if you need assistance. Restrooms are located on the main concourse. The concession stands located on the main concourse will have beverages and snacks for sale and will remain open during the ceremony. No smoking is allowed in the Atlantic Union Bank Center, including e-cigarettes. For the benefit of the graduates and their families, the university has a professional photographer who will be taking pictures of each graduate. You will be contacted by the photographer regarding the purchase of these photos. Thus, we ask that family and friends remain in your seats during the ceremony. I now call on Dean Prinz, who will deliver the welcome remarks.
Good evening. I am Sam Prinz, and I serve as the Dean of the College of Science and Mathematics. Welcome to the May 2024 commencement ceremony for the graduates of the College of Science and Math, and thank you for joining us in celebrating the achievements of the class of 2024. I would like to recognize those people who play a key role at James Madison University. Please hold your response until everyone has been introduced. Please stand as I call your name. First, I would like to recognize Jonathan R. Alger, President of James Madison University. Heather Coltman, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs. Mary Beth Herod, Rector, Board of Visitors. Laura Major, Board of Visitors Member. And Mary Ann Alger, First Lady. Thank you. You may be seated. I would also like to introduce Kyle Seifert, Head of Biology, Ray Imke, Director of Biotechnology. You're allowed to cheer. Lynette Watkins, Head of Chemistry and Biochemistry. Pressure's on. Stephen Leslie, Head of Geology and Environmental Science. Krishnan Ravi Shankar, Head of Mathematics and Statistics. Christopher Hughes, Head of Physics and Astronomy. Colleen Watson, 2024 Distinguished Teacher Awardee. And last but not least, Laura Warrington, Student Speaker. Thank you. You may be seated. I would also like to recognize Malika Carter-Hoyt, Vice President for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Donna Harper, Vice President for Access and Enrollment Management. Tim Miller, Vice President for Student Affairs. Tawana Moore, Vice President for Administration and Finance. Rudy Molina, Vice Provost for Student Academic Success and Enrollment Management. Anthony Tongan, Vice President for Research, Economic Development and Innovation. And Kathy Ott-Walter, Faculty Senate Speaker and Associate Professor in Health Sciences. Please be seated. Would the faculty and staff present today please stand and be recognized for the critical and hands-on role you've played in the educational experience of today's graduates. You can sit. To the graduates in the class of 2024, I want to take a moment to show how immensely proud I am of each and every one of the scientists and mathematicians who are graduating today. Many of you finished high school in the midst of a pandemic and navigated an interesting first year in higher education. The challenges abounded. You leave here with stories to tell of how you pushed through challenging situations, how you applied your knowledge to solve problems, and how to communicate with those in your disciplines and outside your disciplines. Weird segue. We're all aware of the value of work-based learning experiences. Not an English major. These are work-based learning experiences are working under the guidance of a trained professional in a work-based experience outside the classroom, like an internship, working in a research lab, or a summer REU. So a JMU task force survey reported that 80% of College of Science and Math students had engaged in at least one of these experiences in the summer of 2022 and spring of 2023. That's amazing. In addition, You've engaged with members of the community through outreach at Maddie STEM, ChemFest, Brain Bee, Star Parties, with guests touring the Mineral Museum and a myriad of other programs. Please don't stop communicating science and mathematics. You've been leaders on the CSM Student Council, in curricular and extracurricular clubs, peer tutors, members of Grey Matters, and other groups that help us identify what you need to thrive and to do this work. Please don't stop being leaders. There are many faculty who have worked with you in meaningful and rigorous learning experiences, and staff who have made all of this possible. I would like to recognize some individually and invite them to stand briefly as they are called and are able. Ray Enke is the recipient of the CSM Madison Scholar Award for 2024. This award is given to a faculty member who exemplifies excellence in scholarly achievement. Gina McDonald received the 2024 CSM Distinguished Service Award, which recognizes exceptional professional-related service to JMU, the profession, and community. Deb Hall, Julie Fox, Luann Lovin, and Peter Cohn, who have retired or will retire from service to JMU. Thank you for your years of service. We hope that you have all felt part of an inclusive community that values you, your contributions, and your perspectives. Please carry that forward as you continue learning and growing. Congratulations, and please accept our best wishes for your continued success on your journey. It is now my pleasure to introduce the President. Jonathan Alger is the 6th President of James Madison University. President Alger is a nationally recognized scholar and speaker on higher education law and policy issues such as civic engagement, free speech, and diversity. A lawyer by training, President Alger has devoted much of his career to issues related to diversity, access, and inclusion. He has consulted with organizations and institutions around the country on policies and practices to enhance diversity and access. President Alger graduated with high honors from Swarthmore College and honors from Harvard Law School. Under his leadership, JMU developed a vision to be the national model of the engaged university, engaged with ideas and the world, and a strategic plan focused on engaged learning, community engagement, and civic engagement.
Good evening and welcome, students, families, friends, and colleagues to the commencement exercises for the James Madison University College of Science and Mathematics. I'm so happy that we can be here together tonight. And as I like to say, the weather is always good in the Atlantic Union Bank Center. As we gather here together, let's all take a moment to focus on how far you've come to get to this milestone today. You persevered through a time where the future was uncertain and tensions were high during that worldwide pandemic. But you all bravely continued on a path that changed your lives forever and also led to sharing some of the greatest moments in JMU history. And as this college in particular will appreciate, we even experienced a solar eclipse together, an occasion that gave us all a fresh perspective and reminded us of our small place in a large universe. From receiving national recognition for groundbreaking achievements both academically and athletically, you have been a part of such amazing firsts here. And I am so glad you are here. Your resilience, strength, and commitment to yourselves and each other brought you to this moment. The connections you've made here with your family members, peers, professors, professional staff, community members, and alumni will have a lasting impact on your lives. From my own experience, higher education is all about these relationships, providing support through the difficult and joyous times. I'm reminded of these relationships this time of year when walking around and seeing students in purple gowns, like tonight, taking pictures all over campus. It's always insightful to see how students choose to capture their memories of JMU. Some of the photos I've seen have included friends, family, professors and staff, and of course, even pets. It truly is a team effort at JMU. That's why we bring everybody together on a day like this. While we recognize all of you individually for your accomplishments, and yes, it will be fun to see your face up on that Jumbotron, the true power of this ceremony for me is in being together, celebrating what it means to be part of a learning community. As we gather here together on this momentous occasion, I hope we can all take a moment to focus on how far you've come to get here tonight. Those of you in the College of Science and Math know all about the value of connecting innovation with human potential. You've studied theories in the classroom, and you've also applied them in those hands-on learning situations. These skills will serve you well as you move on to this next phase of your lives. As you all know, innovation is built into the very nature of the scientific method. Those of you graduating today know that in order for science and math to benefit humankind, you need to be willing to test and retest your assumptions. It's only through trial and error that the greatest discoveries have been made. By definition, your disciplines require hard work, patience, resilience, and humility. I think the rest of the world could learn something if we were willing to follow the model of discovery present in the sciences. And you also know that science is to be shared. In fact, many of you have worked with community members and organizations all around us to apply scientific and mathematical concepts to real-world problems. Thank you for sharing your time and talent in these ways. In this age of rapidly changing technology and artificial intelligence, it's hard to even imagine what the jobs and industries of the future might look like. We do know, however, that you will have the ability to keep learning and adapting. And we know you won't do so alone. So as we look toward that future of possibility and collaboration, let us take a moment to acknowledge the teams of people who've helped you to get here today. It all starts with family members and friends who've supported our students throughout this journey. They have loved and encouraged you, helped you to overcome obstacles and setbacks, and celebrated your successes along the way. Let's thank those family members and friends for always being there when we needed them the most. Next, of course, are the faculty and staff who make the magic of Madison happen. These individuals devote their lives to creating an environment in which you can learn, grow, and thrive. They are teachers, mentors, coaches, role models, and caring professionals who want you to identify and reach your full potential. Let's thank those faculty and staff members who share their skills, talents, and knowledge so generously with all of our students. Thank you, guys. And last, but certainly not least, are your fellow students. You've learned together, completed group projects together, and probably laughed and cried together too. I've enjoyed watching you encourage one another through the best and worst of times. Please take a moment now to acknowledge your classmates and maybe smile at one of them nearby as a reminder of the spirit that you share as Dukes. Thank you all. As we mark the beginning of a new chapter in your lives, we face a world that often seems full of division, anger, and uncertainty. We know, however, that individuals can make a difference in the lives of people around them that will in turn create ripple effects with far-reaching impact. So my final homework assignment for you is really quite simple. Give a smile, a hug, and a word of thanks to as many people as you can today who helped you to achieve this milestone. The world needs more of these moments, and your kindness and gratitude can truly be contagious. Shortly, I'll say what I refer to as the magic words, and you will join the ranks of JMU alumni all over the world who are busy being the change. Let those words be a reminder that you will always be ambassadors for this community. Every day, you'll have opportunities to interact with other people in ways that can touch and improve their lives. At a time when people seem so divided about practically everything, we know that JMU Nation is united through our passion for purple. Keep wearing your JMU purple with pride wherever you go. It's a great way to meet people who are connected to the JMU family, and when that happens, I hope you'll reflect back on this moment. And if you ever run out of purple, there's a great excuse to come back and visit campus. It's been a privilege to see you grow into this new phase of your lives, and I will join all of you this summer in entering a new phase of life. While all of us and JMU itself will continue to grow and change, we will always share a common bond that is the spirit and heart of JMU. Finally, my concluding message to every graduating class is to dream big about what you can do and about the ways in which you can use your education and talents to serve the needs of the world around you. Think back for a moment about all those photos you've been taking all over campus. I ask you now to envision the pictures of your future. What will those big dreams look like for you? When we next meet for a special event on campus or elsewhere, I and the rest of the JMU community will be excited to hear about your continued adventures and successes. Keep dreaming big, everyone, and go Dukes! Congratulations to the class of 2024!
It is now my pleasure to welcome our faculty and student commencement speakers to the podium. Colleen Watson, recipient of the College of Science and Mathematics Distinguished Teaching Award, is a faculty member in the Department of Mathematics and Statistics. And Laura Warrington, graduating today with a major in Earth Science, was selected by the college's Student Council to speak to graduates today about the importance of communicating science and mathematics.
I'm reading my instructions up here. Okay. Stand as close as possible, it says. Hello, everyone. When I found out I had won the Distinguished Teaching Award, I freaked out. I might still be freaking out. It was an honor and a prize to give the speech at commencement. That's not me. I'm not the inspirational, motivational, cheery graduation speaker. Actually, I think they should have asked my daughters first, because my daughters will tell you I'm a bit of a Debbie Downer. Well, I'm actually a realist, but sometimes they don't want the truth. Not exactly the speaker you want at graduation. So I thought about my skills and talents I could share, but they all involve lessons on adulting, and that would require a PowerPoint, and I don't do those. So I started to doubt my abilities, and then I decided I had to be true to myself, and maybe my authenticity is my greatest strength. So you're about to get a speech about luck, confidence, authenticity, and talking too much. I fought luck when I was young because I was young and dumb. You need to let luck do her thing. She can be quite helpful. We're not talking about chance and the probability of winning the lottery. Some call it luck, some call it hustling, some call it putting it out there in the universe. All it means is to explore every avenue, no matter how preposterous it seems, to be open to new situations, to roll with the punches on any setback, and to have confidence in yourself. I was valedictorian of a very small high school. I was 17, first-generation student, going to college, and quite immature. I decided not to apply to William & Mary because I thought it was too preppy and stuffy, and Virginia Tech was too big. So I went to a tiny, non-competitive college on a full scholarship, which was fine, but my math foundation was a little bit shaky when luck got me to Georgia Tech. My boyfriend at the time, who seems to be friends with luck, opened the door for her when I wasn't looking. I followed him to Atlanta because I saw Georgia Tech on a map near where he was going to grad school. Seriously, it was just because it was on a paper map. Many of you may not know this, but I only have my master's, just my master's, but I'm still standing up here. Let me be clear, no one has ever made me feel less than because of that. Actually, it kind of still blows my mind I'm up here, particularly if I take you back to how I actually got this job. Hint, luck was involved. Much of life does require some luck, but luck is not sitting on your sofa waiting for her to knock on your door. It takes you putting yourself out there and making connections and trying things. Once I graduated from Georgia Tech, I got married. I had 4 kids in 6 years. I stayed home for 7 years before I came back to academia. I was applying to all the local community colleges because I just had my master's. And my boyfriend turned husband said, "Why don't you apply to JMU?" I looked at him like he was crazy. I said, "They don't have an opening?" He's like, "Apply anyway." I'm like, "Why would I do that?" So I'm pretty sure it was just to spite him that I threw my stuff in an envelope, and luck somehow got it to the math department here. Luck forced her way in, almost against my best attempt to block her. Don't be me. Welcome her in anytime. Sit down and talk with her and see what she has to say. Apply for the jobs, even if there's not openings. Put yourself out there, mix in a little luck, and it could be a great recipe. Remember, I just had my master's, so I was insecure. I kept my head down for many years in the math department until I realized I did have skills that were respected and needed, albeit not in the research or the theoretical sense, but there was a place for me. It took me too long to realize this. Be confident in your own skills and worth, even if on paper you look a little bit different than the rest. There is a place for you. Don't count yourself out before things even get started. Be confident, be yourself. I'm up here being me. I'm completely comfortable in the classroom, and it really is my happy place. I'm very old school, though. If some of y'all have had me, you know this. I don't necessarily do the modern, correct educational strategies. I use a lot of paper. I know if I wore a different hat, I could only keep up the charade for a week or two. Our true selves will always come out, so you might as well show everybody who you are from day one. I can be a bit overwhelming, probably because I talk too much, but there are reasons for that. So my best adulting advice to end this speech: ask questions, start conversations. This can bring information and often luck. Your generation seems to like the minimal answers, maybe from the whole 140 character thing, I don't know. Most of adulting requires at least paragraphs. I really hope my daughters are listening because they are not a fan of my paragraphs at all. Why am I like this? This has always been my mantra. I am smart because I know that I do not even know what I don't know. Let me repeat that. I am smart because I know that I don't even know what I don't know. That is the key to adulting successfully. As I wrote this, I realized Niccolo Machiavelli once said, "A sign of intelligence is an awareness of one's own ignorance." I'm pretty sure we're saying the same thing, he's just much more succinct than I am. I want information, so I want to give others all the information they could possibly need. This is why I talk so much. Plenty of times I will ask someone, is there something else I'm not thinking of? Is there something else I should be asking you? Inevitably, something always comes up. Don't be arrogant. Don't assume you know everything. Start those conversations. Be the annoying person I am and talk too much. Talk, throw in authenticity and confidence, and with a little luck, I promise you, you will be successful. Congratulations. Thank you.
Platform party, esteemed faculty, proud family members, and of course, the incredible graduates of James Madison University. Thank you for this honor and for allowing me the privilege to stand before you on this momentous day. As I reflect on my academic journey, I find myself thinking about the meandering path that led us here to this moment, a moment that represents not only personal growth, but also our dedication to learning as a collective. Within this journey, each of our unique experiences, perspectives, and contributions enrich our knowledge as a class. Whether it be through research, classroom discussions, collaborative projects, or mentorship, every interaction and exchange adds depth and dimension to our shared community of learning. We all ended up in science or math for different reasons. My own journey started with wanting to become a microbiologist. Throughout elementary school, I consistently attended the U.S. Science and Engineering Festival and collected giant microbe stuffed animals from the American Society for Microbiology. However, by the time I got to take a real science class, all my dreams of a life in STEM had been crushed. I grew up in a great school system, but with an undiagnosed learning disability and the rigor of the honor system, I started to fall through the cracks. I felt like I was behind in math by the time I got to middle school. It took me twice as long to complete reading assignments, and the number of AP classes I took was never enough to be considered smart. The only way for me to get through high school was to keep my head down and take easy classes. I kept that mindset all the way through my first year at JMU, pushing through every day, but never looking up. Then, of course, we all experienced a global pandemic. COVID changed my way of learning, as I'm sure it did for many of you. It forced us all, students and teachers alike, to adapt, to pivot, and to rethink our approach to learning. For me, this period marked a shift from passive absorption of knowledge to active pursuit and genuine curiosity. The pandemic forced me to finally look up and evaluate what I truly wanted from my life. I was tired of letting societal pressures control my life and my education, so I ended up changing my major to earth science. I started here with a completely different major on a completely different path, and yet here I stand with all of you, graduates of the College of Science and Mathematics. Today, I want to share a lesson I've learned on this journey, one that transcends disciplines and applies to every aspect of our lives: the power of effective communication and the importance of inclusivity. As graduates, we hold a wealth of knowledge, but its true impact lies in our ability to share it with the world. The pursuit of knowledge, especially in the fields of science and mathematics, cannot be done alone. It's a collective journey for the betterment of humanity. Our scientific knowledge gains true value when shared, and it is our responsibility to ensure that this knowledge reaches every corner of society. Bridging the gap between complex scientific topics and a broader audience requires accessible language, visual aids, and real-world examples. All STEM subjects have their own language, jargon that took many hours to master, and ideas that became integral to furthering our knowledge in the fields. Words like boudinage, myelolytic, melange, silicaceous, and turbidite may sound like a foreign language to some people. I had no clue what a facies was before I started geology, and now I know all the sedimentary and metamorphic types. I used to take pride in the fact that I understood these concepts and could confidently use these once unrecognizable words. However, these barriers become barriers that we use to separate ourselves from non-scientific audiences, intentionally or unintentionally. We get used to using them amongst our peers, often forgetting they are meaningless syllables to the rest of the world. Some of my family has a farm in the valley, and many in the area believe that a local groundwater spring called Tide Spring is truly controlled by the tides and the moon. While it is easy to laugh and wonder how people could believe that, it is that response that pushes people away from the condescending scientists and mathematicians who are privileged enough to come to college. I have made countless mistakes like this through my education, as I'm sure many of you have. My professors and peers have always been compassionate and helpful, letting me know my mistakes without making me feel patronized. My education was not always that way, and I was lucky to find people who truly cultivated my curiosity before I gave up on my education. What we know is not innate. We have spent years and hours studying to get to where we are, but we often forget this when communicating with people who have not had the privilege or choice to learn what we now know. As we strive for inclusivity, diversity within the scientific community becomes crucial. Diverse perspectives lead to richer insights, innovative approaches, and ultimately better science and math. We must engage in mentorship, outreach, and education initiatives that bring the wonders of science to everyone. I have always had a love for science fairs, and it has been a joy seeing JMU students volunteer at them at schools and the Valley Mall. There have been countless groups of students that come to the Mineral Museum for field trips and community events like movie nights in the planetarium. Each department here has a special connection to the community, and this engagement is what makes the science and math worth it at the end of the day. In closing, I have learned that the journey doesn't end here. It's a continuous exploration, a commitment to breaking down barriers, and an unwavering dedication to creating a more inclusive and accessible scientific community. As we step into our future, we carry the torch of knowledge, lighting the way for others, and ensuring that the benefits of education are felt by everyone, regardless of circumstance. Congratulations, graduates of James Madison University. The world awaits the impact of your knowledge, your passion, and your commitment to a brighter, more equitable future. Thank you.
Thank you, Colleen and Laura. There are 3 graduates today that served you as members of the CSM Student Council. Please stand as able. Kiana Butts. Avo Galgano. And Emily McPike. Kiana, Ava, and Emily helped us learn how to be more inclusive of your needs, what was important to you, and they identified your student commencement speaker. Thank you. I now have the privilege to recognize those graduates who have earned awards for outstanding academic achievement. I invite them to stand to be recognized when their name is called. Clara Nemzoff, who majored in physics, earned the college's highest academic achievement award. Graduates: Sophia Lindauer, Jordan Tyler Venning, Ava Galgano, Ross Hilfiger, Ashley Holzinger, Laura Warrington, Brianna Worms, and Clara Nemzoff were recognized with Dean's Outstanding Senior Awards, recognizing outstanding academic achievement in their programs of study. Please stand. Sorry. And now it's my pleasure to welcome Dr. Heather Coltman, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, to the podium for the presentation of graduation candidates.
Good evening. I now call on Kathy Ott-Walter, Speaker of the Faculty Senate and Associate Professor in Health Sciences, who will endorse the graduation candidates on behalf of the faculty.
Thank you, Dr. Copeman. Congratulations, graduates. The faculty of James Madison University is pleased to endorse the candidacy of these members, of the members of the class of 2024 for bachelor's degrees. On behalf of the faculty, I request Dr. Copeman to present the candidates to President Alger for conferring their degrees. Thank you.
Students who have achieved a grade point average of 3.5 or higher are highlighted in the college ceremony program within their respective college. These are designated as summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and cum laude. These honors graduates can be identified by the gold cords they wear. Will those students graduating with Latin honors please stand if you're able and be recognized for your academic accomplishments? Honors College graduates are recognized for completing an enhanced interdisciplinary honors curriculum, including a senior honors capstone project. These students are wearing special Honors College medallions. Students who completed an honors thesis requiring research in their academic major are also listed in your program as graduating with distinction for the discipline in which the thesis is completed. I would like to give all these graduates the extra acclaim they deserve, so I ask the Honors College students to stand as you are able and be recognized by our applause. And now will all the candidates for the undergraduate degrees in the College of Science and Mathematics please rise as you are able. President Alger, it is a pleasure to present the undergraduate degree candidates for the May 2024 commencement. They have fulfilled all academic requirements, they have been approved by the faculty, and are entitled to receive the appropriate degrees.
Are you ready? These are the magic words. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia and the Board of Visitors of James Madison University, I now declare that you are graduates of James Madison University. With all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities afforded you under your degree and as alumni of this university.
Graduates in the academic tradition, you may now turn your tassels from right to left. Congratulations. You may be seated.
Degrees being awarded today from the College of Science and Mathematics are the Bachelor of Arts and the Bachelor of Science. We will now individually recognize the graduates from the College of Science and Mathematics.
Good evening. My name is Kyle Seifert, and I serve as the head of biology. Will those receiving degrees in biology please come forward?
Amy Celeste Acosta Cruz. Faria Ahmed. Mojda Dariana Almajid. Jeremy Christopher Ramos Almeida. Belinda Sirwa Amwako. Paulo Miguel Arabet. Madison May Sterling Ashbaugh. Emma Cooper Ashley. Logan James Bayless. Sophie Esterina Bensevenga. Madison Simone Bennett. Lexi Miller Benton. Sarah Lynn Berry. Elisa Blevins. Madeline Elizabeth Book. Eva May Bowes. Alexandra Lynn Bowers. Will Bowersox. Celeste Marie Breeden Blankenship. Haley Noel Brown. Matthew Scott Burton. Kiana Louise Butts. Avery Christian Byram. Tatiana Cinethia Calhoun Martinez. Alexandra Doreen Carl. Lydia Ann Carl. Kyle Carroll. Blaze Donahue Phillips Carter. Jessica C. Cho. Michael William Christensen. Caroline Chu. Peyton Jean Chofie. Emmeline Anderson Clark. Emma Daisy Bowers Conde. Caitlin Renee Cook. Waylon Nash Cosby. Brad Allen Custer. Michael George Damish. Cora Mackenzie Davis. Gabriella Di Carvalho. Julia Page Dorff. Benjamin Clay Durson. Amanda Michelle Doolin. Madison K. Dwelly. Drake Sanford Ellis. William Maxwell Fisher. Aaron Noel Frederick. Anahi M. Garcia. Madison Elizabeth George. Connor Douglas Grazioso. Kyle Joseph Grimm. Aparna Payal Gupta. Hannah Sarah Harding. Nathaniel Scott Henley. Garrett Joshua Hyder. Christopher Warren Hildrep. Elizabeth Homan. Emily Ann Hebner. Anna Lee Humphreys. Skylar Mackenzie Hundley. Gabrielle Marie Jackson. Tyler Norris Jackson. Riche Beatrice Joseph. Anna Renee Kalinowski. Chloe Lauren Kaltner. Christina Maria Kenzer. Sharon Catherine Cromer. Alexandra Olivia Kwashnik. Sarah Jillian Lakey. Claire Marie Abrahano Larson. Sophia Angelina Libonati. Isabella Sky Lindblad. Peter Quinn Lloyd. Brian Eladio Lopez Yanes. Paulina Loam. Jordan Marie Maddox. Christine Victoria Malpaya. Alexandra Moon Martin. Nathalie Mateos. Barbara Ellen Maxwell. Maxwell Conrad McLaughlin. Casey Lane Miller. Zachary Gage Miller. Jalicia Marisol Miranda. Anessa Murillo. Mackenzie Elizabeth Myers. Daniel Elliott Nemay Jr. Mercedes Estefania Navarro Garcia. Katarina Neubacher. Angelina Faith Huen. Sydney Lee Huen. Leah Valentine Nuevo. Liam Edward Ola. Lisa Ong. Sydney Stewart Partial. Lexi Jade Peffer. Medea Lena Isabel Perez. Owen Mitchell Peters. Michael Planton. Lila Rose Pernaris. Mackenzie Elizabeth Prettyman. Jordan Alexa Procaccini. Sydney Danielle Pulliam. David Anthony Puma Jr. Alessandra Victoria Questel Marquez. Hannah Kennedy Rarig. Beatriz Elena Ravel. Joshua Ellis Rains. Alexander Ariel Rios. Peter Randall Rolando. Tandy Aida Romney. Emma Catherine Ruffing. Samantha Sharp. Josephine Chian Hui Shaw. Nicole Marie Shea. Victor William Griffith Splan. Savannah Nicole Sprouse. Elizabeth Ann Staley. Parker Reed Strangways. Matthew Joseph Stretton, Jr. Olivia Riley Strother. Isaac Byron Stewart. Catherine Grace Sullivan. Micah Elvita Swaby. Catherine Elizabeth Sweezen. Jaden Eileen Tatum. Gage Andre Triggs. Michaela Turner. Eric Bradley Valesky. James Griffin Velarde. Meredith Grace Wagner. Grace Melanie Wadua. Abigail Lee White. Haley Ann Willoughby. Bella Jane Wilson. Nehemiah Jude Winesberry. Lindsay Ray Weingart. Brandon Sterling Wren. Samia Unzum Zuman. Jessica Zelaya Bonilla.
Hello, I'm Ray Yankee, and I'm the Director of Biotechnology. Will the degree recipients in biotechnology please come forward?
Mahdi Farah Salih Al Anbari. Andrew Lee Bonslav. Emily Caroline Clark. Victoria Claros. Maximus Vitalis Ewing. Ria Fisher. Ananya Shriyam Iyer. Catherine Rose Jordan. Nicholas John Kurtzel. Olivia Dawn LaCafta. Abby Marie La Riviera. Gina Louise Martin. Julie J. Rose Martin. Caitlin Jane McHugh. Junji Mizuguchi. Nana Kofi Obingmensa. Puya Parsinajad. Elizabeth Hawthorne Ratterman. Yu Lee Solazar. Jazz Shoemaker. Lucas Tanner Thrasher. Sophia Marie Wasalison. Emily Whitestone.
Good evening. My name is Lynette Watkins. I am the head of the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry, and I invite the degree recipients from Chemistry and Biochemistry to come forward at this time.
Catherine Antonia Bichachillo. Hannah Faith Campbell. Hayden Campbell Shuning. Ashley Elizabeth Clements. Phoebe Eckes Duffy. Logan Christopher Ely. Haley Kate Engel. Samantha Lee Forbes. Ava James Galgano. Juan Maximus Garcia. Lanaya Song Wei Gedney. Angela Joy Kiley. Alexa Gray Lee. Seth William Mars. Samuel Quinn Mason. Nina Annabelle Metzger. Anna Marie Moninger. Emily Ann Post. Zachary Daniel Ryan. Joshua Santiago Sambo. Erin Stacy Shell. Elise Margaret Schuring. Lauren Nicole Slaber. Ryan Edward Tonetti. Heidi Jeanette Arenas. Ross Jacob Hilfiger. Gabriella Marie Newsom. Stephanie Natasha Oderkirk. William Reed Scharnweber.
I'm Steve Leslie, Head of Geology and Environmental Science. Will the graduates of the Department of Geology and Environmental Science please come forward?
Laura Spencer Warrington. Elke Carolyn Doby. Alana Michelle Green. Julia Blair Meyer. Nicole Elizabeth Parks. Ada Rosalie Reed. Emily Christine Swenson. Abby Wyatt. Paola Guadalupe Berrios. Bradley Rob Couch. Kathleen Rode Farr. Anna Lucia Gioli. Chloe Aline Harper. Jocelyn Eileen Harold. Ashley Rose Holsinger. Audrey Rose Lumsden. Kaylee Grace Naden. Andrew David Stenson. Jacob Lloyd Ward.
Good evening. I'm Ravi Shankar. I'm the department head of mathematics and statistics. Will the degree recipients in mathematics and statistics please come forward?
Samuel West Flory. Natalie Grace Huey. Thomas Julius Cruzy Jr. Terrence K.S. Luangrath. Ulysses Jonathan Sarabia. Brianna Lauren Worms. Kara Marion Athey. Michael Suarez Detling. Julia Amy Fish. Emily Patricia Gifhorn. Caden Asher Knight. Evan Dennis Lawing. Amanda Maestrin. Ty Joseph Nunley. Rachel Dorothy Stockley.
I am Chris Hughes. I serve as the head of physics and astronomy. Would the graduates receiving degrees from the Department of Physics and Astronomy please come forward?
Jacob Caldwell. Donovan Isaiah Corbin. Melvin Adalberto Espinoza. Michael Joseph Gerhardt. Kirsten Annette Kekik. Alexander William Klein. Emily Jane McPike. Clara Grace Nemzoff. Ethan Quinn Poley. Samuel Glenn Shelton. Tyler Webb Thompson. Aaron Thomas Tregle II. Ethan Alexander Zimmerman.
Families and guests, let's give one more round of applause for all of our May 24 graduates. We hope it made up for 2020. We welcome you to join us for light refreshments after the conclusion of the ceremony in the Festival Conference and Student Center Ballroom, which is conveniently located right across the street. Please stay in touch as you begin your next adventure.
Following the alma mater, we ask that the audience remain standing for the recessional of the faculty and the platform party. We ask that you meet your graduates outside of the Atlantic Union Bank Center on the Alumni Plaza. The alma mater, which was written by the late JMU faculty member, Dr. James R. Riley, will be led by Blessing Evie Ogbor. Please stand as you are able for the alma mater and remain standing for the recessional.
Madison, James Madison, will be forever true. Our loyalty will always be to JMU, while friends remain within our hearts and knowledge guides our way. James